A proposed federal rule aims to address the pervasive presence of toxic forever chemicals in products across the United States. The Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, has introduced a groundbreaking rule that would require companies to disclose whether their products contain harmful PFAS chemicals. PFAS, which stands for perfluoroalkyl and polyfluoroalkyl substances, are a family of chemicals known for their resistance to degradation in nature. These chemicals have been linked to serious health issues like cancer, birth defects, and hormone irregularities. Under this proposed rule, companies would have to disclose any PFAS chemicals used in their products between 2011 and the rule's effective date. There are no exemptions for small businesses or for impurities or byproducts that may cross-contaminate goods. These disclosures would be made available to the public, with the exception of any trade secrets linked to the data. The EPA will finalize the rule in the coming months and require companies to report back within 12 months. It's important to note that certain products like pesticides, foods, drugs, cosmetics, and medical devices regulated under the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act are excluded from this effort. Additionally, this rule is essentially a one-time reporting and record-keeping requirement, meaning companies would need to provide regular updates. However, the chemical and semiconductor industries are expressing concerns over the potential costs associated with complying with this rule. The estimated cost for these industries to comply could reach around $1 billion, while the chemical industry alone generates over $500 billion annually. On the other side of the debate, environmental health activists argue that this data collection effort falls short. They claim that the proposed rule covers only a fraction of the more than 12,000 PFAS chemicals currently in use. These chemicals can be found in a wide range of products, from non-stick cookware to kids' school uniforms. Critics argue that this rule won't prevent PFAS from entering the environment or consumer products, nor will it address existing contamination. The authority to track PFAS chemicals was granted to the EPA by Congress in 2016, and subsequent bipartisan efforts called for the inventorying of PFAS. However, health activists warn that without further reforms to U.S. chemical laws, the EPA and other agencies will continue to face limitations in addressing the threats posed by PFAS to human health and the environment. These so-called forever chemicals initially gained praise for their beneficial properties, such as making Teflon pans non-stick and Gore-Tex jackets waterproof. Their durability and resistance to degradation were highly regarded. However, as these chemicals accumulate in landfills, soil, drinking water supplies, and human bodies, concerns over their toxicity have grown. Governments worldwide have started setting limits and even banning certain PFAS chemicals. PFAS chemicals are present in thousands of everyday products, including contact lenses, cosmetics, pharmaceuticals, paper plates, clothing, and dental floss. Regulators are now scrambling to gather data on the extent of the PFAS threat. The EPA's data collection proposal is a step in the right direction. According to the EPA, this rule could potentially cover 1,364 types of PFAS chemicals. The agency is currently reviewing public comments to determine if additional substances should be included in the rule. In contrast, the European Union is discussing banning or limiting a staggering 10,000 PFAS chemicals. This highlights the differences in regulatory approaches, with the U.S. adopting an innocent until proven guilty stance towards chemicals, while the EU takes a guilty until proven safe approach, resulting in fewer PFAS chemicals in their market. Frustrated by the lack of federal action, several states have taken matters into their own hands. Minnesota, Maine, Vermont, and California have implemented or are planning to implement bans on PFAS in various products. Legal cases have also emerged, with 3M recently agreeing to a multi-billion-dollar settlement related to PFAS contamination of drinking water. The U.S. military is also addressing the issue, as a report revealed that over 600,000 troops were exposed to PFAS chemicals through contaminated drinking water. The cleanup cost for PFAS at military bases and the removal of PFAS from drinking water supplies are projected to be significant. The prevalence of PFAS in the United States is astonishing. The CDC estimates that 99% of Americans have PFAS in their blood, and approximately 200 million Americans are exposed to PFAS in their drinking water. The concerning aspect of PFAS exposure is that its effects are not immediate. People may not experience immediate symptoms like headaches or coughing, but the health impacts can manifest over time with repeated exposure, including the development of cancer. Some environmental health advocates believe that the EPA's data collection project could be a step towards addressing PFAS issues. The information gathered could lead to the phase-out of PFAS in certain products. Some retailers, such as Dick's Sporting Goods and RDI, have already announced plans to remove PFAS chemicals from their products. However, removing PFAS from certain products, like semiconductor chips and printed circuit boards, poses significant challenges. The research for alternative products is still in progress, making it difficult for manufacturers to eliminate PFAS from these items. What do you think? Will disclosure of these forever chemicals change your buying habits? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date on the latest developments as the EPA finalizes this rule in the coming months.